fallen will join them in the afterlife.
Ninja's got a good spot, right? Look where Ninja is. Got a good spot, Ninja. She'll slip.
welcome back. If you're just now tuning in, we just finished EU for Cup number 2 of Midnight Season 1. It was Streamer Zone GG that took away that dub. And now we're moving across the pond to North America. We've got two other very, very strong teams facing off against each other for the first round. But let's catch us up a little bit on the standings, on the state of this region first. The Machine, we know that they want to get into the 2 top spots. The rest of them are going to be kind of put through the ringer to get to BlizzCon if they want to. But I mean, talk to me about this region.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of fresh blood, as we were mentioning earlier, with the Shuffle Club and Mama on stream still making their way through top 4 of this bracket. But take a look at where they are on the standings. Direwolves and F-Tier being out of the running. Z-Rated not even making top 8. This is just a complete mashup of a situation here in North America. I'm going to be keeping an eye on that lower semis series for sure, but welcome to the Jung and Gators back are in the upper bracket. They're still in it, and they're fighting for basically who takes the first spot here going into Cup number 3. Very important points to be earned, not only for qualification, as you mentioned, Aya, but also seeding.
Absolutely, this region is looking so crazy right now. We can look at the bracket and where these teams lined up after the open bracket games on Wednesday, and then we started with top 8, and now we have 4 teams remaining in this region, Ben.
Yeah, and I mean, it's no surprise. I feel like maybe it's been like the last 6 or 7 cups where the semifinals are just Gators back versus Welcome to the Jung. And in most cups, Welcome to the Jung has been kind of beating down Gators back to that lower bracket. Of course, we do know Gators back are the champs from last year, but kind of struggling against Welcome to the Jung so far. It's going to be a really interesting matchup to see who comes out ahead there. And then, of course, the teams in the lower bracket, a little bit of a different journey, right? Some newer faces to the top 4. The Shuffle Club taking down Guild Bean, and also just having a really close series against Gators back. That series against Gators back really impressed me, to be honest with you. They're bringing a unique composition with the Frost Death Knight as well as the Hunter. Super explosive, really fun to watch. And then, of course, Mama on stream, they proved themselves, right? They're bringing a cleave matchup.
So
they went toe-to-toe with F-Tier and beat them 3-1. So this is a team that can definitely play their class at the highest level, and it should make for a really fun bracket today.
Definitely should be, for sure. Keep an eye on that. But D-Machine, if you had to pick any of these series for your matchup of the day, what will you choose?
Oh my gosh, that's actually kind of unreal. So, I mean, like on the upper bracket, you basically have a finals. But in the lower bracket, you have like 2 up-and-coming teams that need these points so badly. We saw in the point standings, they are below 3rd and 4th, you know? And Mama on stream even further than that. So, and like, not only that, I just absolutely adored watching that Death Knight Marksman Hunter composition of the Shuffle Club, and I got a chance to talk to those guys, and they just seem like absolute sweethearts, really genuine folk down there. Okay, fine, I'm saying it. Lower semis. I think the Shuffle Club versus Mama Stream is actually the series for me that I want to see. Don't get me wrong or anything. Like, Gators back and Welcome to the Jung, it's going to be insane. We're going to see some of the best World of Warcraft arena that the game basically has to offer right now. But I'm a sucker for the fresh blood.
I am too. I'm a sucker for an underdog story. We've got 2 of them facing off against each other in the lower bracket. But first, we got to get through this one. They've got it up next. Gators back versus Welcome to the Jung. First series of the day here in the North American region, Ben. And we've seen this before. Is it gonna play out the same way though?
I have no idea, honestly. Welcome to the Jung. I've always said this about them. They're a team that just, they come prepared. They seem to always have the right compositions. We've seen them play Cleaves. We've seen them play, you know, Hunter Ret, Hunter Death Knight. Just basically anything you would want to play, they can play it. And they're such a flexible team. At the same time, Gators back, they more rely on like the mage-based composition. So very likely we see something like Mage Rogue, Mage Windwalker, for example. So I don't know. Maybe that we'd go with the Mage Windwalker mirrors once again. That's what Gators back tried to answer with last week at the end of their series. Didn't end up working out, but maybe they learned that lesson, and that's something they put a lot of effort into for this week.
Yeah, could definitely be. All right, we're getting chat predictions in 65% in favor of Welcome to the Jung. Gators back though, D-Machine, I don't feel like this is representative of their chances. This is a really strong team. They've proven that they can make Welcome to the Jung scared. And I feel like we're going to see them do that in this series.
I mean, they went the distance in the semifinals of Cup number 1. They went all the way to Game 5. something to note in that matchup is that Gators back seemed to only win in that matchup, specifically Rogue Mage versus Windwalker Mage, when it was their map choice. And then going into the grand finals, however, Welcome to the Jung just 4-0'd them. And it looked like they were kind of flailing. Obviously, some of the games were pretty close, but I mean, like, they brought out double Outlaw Rogue. You don't
Desperation.
do that. Yeah, that's straight desperation. Don't get me wrong. Gators back, they seem capable. We know they're capable. I mean, they have some of the best names the game has ever seen on that roster. However, Shadow Priest aren't looking so hot right now, and that's usually kind of all WizK brings to the table. So, in my mind, this is Welcome to the Junk 3. Let's say 3-1. Give them a 1.
3.
Well, you changed it at the last second. I heard that. We all heard it.
Okay.
All right, you know what?
All right.
Fine. Yeah, I'm locking in 3-0. I'm committed. Sorry, production.
Oh my goodness. Okay. That was fast. I got your number. All right, Ven, what about you? What's your prediction?
I don't know. You know, I feel like I believe in Gators back. I feel like this is their week. I think it's going to be a 3-1 in favor of Gators back. I think we'll likely see some sort of mirror match, and Gators back will end up winning it.
Okay, I kind of want to see Zico's prediction. Just kidding. I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna do Welcome to the Jung 3 to.
Close one, huh? All right.
Yeah, it wasn't close last week, but they're turning a new leaf. It's another week. We've got a week off next week, and if you look at the EU region, like that was a weird time as well. So who knows what's gonna happen? Really, I'm prepared to.
I think I've gotten every prediction wrong today. Literally
Really?
every single one. I'm
You
pretty
and
sure.
Super Teaser both the curse now. It seems like.
Yeah, you're welcome, Chan.
Yeah, it shouldn't say D Machine. It should say guest prediction because you are sharing that score with Chan. And
I think I might actually say guest.
It says guest on the leaderboard, but here with.
Oh right. Chan's prediction.
Do we have his actual
There you go.
prediction? I wonder. Interesting. All right. Well.
Oh wait. Oh, is this a real Chan prediction for the Gators? Interesting.
know.
Just a meme.
Yeah,
Just a
okay,
meme.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was gonna
It
say,
makes sense.
I'm so happy
Stuff.
Chan's on my team. You know.
It might be though. I mean, and some people in chat are as well. Then I mean, if you had to make a case for Gators back, if we had to like switch our prediction, or people that didn't put their points in yet, what would you say to them?
Gators back. They're the champs from last year. You can't count them out. You know, they got a beat down last week, but I feel like when they need to, they can rise to the occasion, and we've seen them beat Welcome to the Jungle in the past. So it's definitely not over for them. In terms of like raw skill, Gators back. They're a phenomenal team. You know, they got their captain Calvish playing both the mage and the rogue when he needs to, and I think this is gonna be a great series.
All right, let's see what they're capable of. Is it going to go to game 5? Is it going to be a blowout? We really don't know. This is anyone's season here in the AWC, but we're going to be starting off game number 1, Gators back versus Welcome to the Jung, starting off in the Grand Arena, D-Machine.
It is indeed the Grand Arena, the tried and true. Okay. It's not going to be a direct mirror matchup. Welcome to the Jung, sticking with the Windwalker Monk, but we are going to see Dazed on that Rogue. How do you feel about this blind pick so far?
I mean, like this is still something I'm a little confused about, right? So actually, a message was, he once again gave me a little insight. He thinks this matchup is actually pretty even. Like either side can win, and their composition choices are basically based off who their opponents are, and yeah. So I wouldn't count either of these teams out. Looks like they're going to be going after Drake just a little bit more here. Caught into a kitty shot, big damage early on. They shred through some of those initial defensives, get the life cocoon from Zhang Bahai. I don't mind that start there, but only getting that life cocoon, it's not the biggest win here. Oh my gosh, Calvish just explodes.
He absolutely did. Cocoons are out of the way for both teams right away, just respecting the combustion as well as the oncoming damage coming out from both of these mages as well as the monk. But this is still some damage out from Drake, but he's caught into a kidney shot, the full polymorph, and the follow-up leg sweep. That's the karma. He leg sweeps himself as well, defensively onto Daze, getting back onto Calvish. A very nice offensive push there for Gators back.
I love that they're going after the Windwalker Monk more. He's got no trinket, he's got no karma. These setups have been really big. I mean, Calvish, I think he's even playing Meteor for his combust. Just add extra burst damage during that stun lock combo. I feel like a lot of mages are not running Meteor, but with the Rogue, it's definitely an extra hit of damage during those stuns, so definitely look out for that. Right now, Drake in a full kidney shot, but he's out of line of sight of Calvish. Calvish getting completely controlled by Nick there. Nick doing a great job backing up Drake during that kind of scary moment.
Yeah, that was really important. Zhang Bahai was caught into some CC there, and Drake into a kidney shot. That backup was crucial. Now the big combustion damage out from Nick will be countered by Cubsy's cocoon, but Cubsy caught into a life tube. They could chew through this cocoon. We've seen it before, but Drake has got to be careful. No touch of karma available for him, no trinket available for him as well.
He could
Zhang
die.
Bahai, he has the cocoon available. He's just going to use it. He's going to presses it before he gets put into that dragon.
They just have to wait. They have a checkmate situation. Drake, no trinket, no karma. Zhang Bahai, no trinket. All they need is CC on Zhang Bahai. Cubsy has to get Zhang Bahai. They have to get Drake, and it is game over. You can see that they are running. They know exactly what's going on right now. Calvish is getting spam polymorphed, pre-ports by Drake. Cubsy gets paralyzed there by Zhang Bahai. They can still wait. Full stun goes out onto Zhang Bahai. Cheap shot onto Drake. Who are they going after? I think it was a mass invis there by Nick breaking up the stun lock, and welcome to the Jung. They're diffusing the situation so expertly with the pre-kiting, the running away. Great job by all three of them. That was potential game over, and they navigated it quite well.
Yeah, some heads-up play. I was talking to Shanghai a little bit, and he says that some of the best attributes that he thinks that this team has is actually their ability to stay calm, especially under pressure. And you can absolutely see that manifesting here in this game. But this is the combustion from Nick. Cubsy still holding on to that cocoon throughout it.
Whoa.
The throughput seems to be okay, but the cocoon is actually forced on Zhang side, as that was the combustion. Calvish is almost in touch of death range, catching a cocoon of his own, Ven.
Yeah, just back and forth. I mean, these teams are literally just exploding in front of our eyes. Every single one of those combusts, those zeniths. It's just a lot of pressure that they're able to put out. Calvish cutting away right now. Mana heavily in favor of Zhang Bahai, so I don't know if he's been able to sneak away with some of those massive biz drinks or what, but he's basically full on mana. Whereas Cubsy does not have that same luxury. Big setup on Drake once again. Immediate trinket. So it's a blind on Zhang Bahai. Drake trinkets. He trades out the karma and will ultimately survive. But look at this. Another one of those situations where you have no karma, no trinket. Zhang Bahai has no trinket. And Gator's Back has a potential game-winning strategy here. I really like this Meteor adaptation from Calvish, adding that extra hit of damage on those stun lock combos. Drake is really feeling the pain because of it.
Yeah, when you're a monk like that with no trinket, no karma, that's a scary situation to be in. Very susceptible to the kidney goes of Daze. But Daze has got to be careful himself. No cocoon available to him just yet. Calvish also all of a sudden getting swapped up onto down. Welcome to the Jung, catching a little bit of offensive momentum, but the defensive cooldown's not necessarily
nice ring of peace.
Forced. Oh, a nice interrupt with that
Rosie,
ring of peace.
you're okay.
He does get the ice wall. Drake is isolated. Okay, he's able to catch some heals. They are able to get around in time, but close call there, Ben.
My gosh, Drake and Zhang Bahai are just so difficult to get a clean setup on. The pre-life cocoons, just the way he uses Ring of Peace to avoid damage. Zhang Bahai playing a phenomenal game here. Double stun goes out. Daze might just get smoked. Big damage incoming, but Cubsy blocks it with the life cocoon. This is a very back and forth game number one between these two teams. Calvish right now putting out a bunch of bursts. He's actually playing Frost Fire Mage, so that is a huge adaptation we almost never see for Fire Mages. Everyone is opting for the Sun Fury, and that's going to give him even more power in those meteors. I just noticed actually that he's playing Frostfire, so a very interesting choice for Calvish. I think he might be the first one we've seen so far this expansion.
It seems to be working out for him so far. I mean, when it comes to the offensive goes, they have been absolutely deadly, getting the defensive cooldowns that they absolutely need. And as I was saying that, there's the kidney shot on the Drake. Big damn lands on him. This is the smoke bomb. The Ring of Peace, however, is going to disrupt some stuff, but Drake's still catching a bit of pressure. No cocoon available for 5 short seconds. He's holding on to that touch of karma desperately right now. It looks like he will be able to greed that out from that go, and now Nick has got to be careful. He's dipping down super low. Zhang Bahai holding on to that cocoon, making sure to synchronize that with a big offensive cooldown go, but just the throughput, it seems like it really can force either one of these teams defensive. They got to be careful to make sure not to overextend, but the blind kidney shot will be respected immediately by Drake with that touch of karma, but they swap the damage over on the Nick. Both combustions popped. Huge damage going out for both of these schemes. Cocoon from Cubsy will be committed for the throughput, but Nick could easily get his cauterized proc. He doesn't get it procced, but he is going to commit the block. No block, no karma for Welcome to the Jump.
Drake's in trouble too. He's low. Zhang Bahai, I don't know if he's going to to be able to keep him alive? Drake trying to just line of sight the best he can right now. Calvish gets interrupted. Zhang Bahai trades out the Celestial Conduit. What a close call that was. Once again, nobody has a trinket. Calvish has combust in 20 seconds, taking a huge hit of damage. Drake rolls over, trying to get the damage rolling onto Calvish. I don't know if he's going to be able to continue the push. Zhang Bahai almost out of mana. He's tapped and really struggling to keep Drake alive. Look at this Ring of Peace. Drake's just pinned at the pillar, getting bounced back over and over. There's nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Gets knocked into a Ring of Frost. Now just trying desperately to get onto his target, but it's been difficult. The leg sweep comes in. Cubsy going on a solo mission. Gets the double, destroying the rushing wind kick, and that's the offense you just love to see from Cubsy. Drake now will survive with the life cocoon, but another close call, and that combustion from Calvish is going to be really scary. Whoa,
oh my gosh! Holy moly, that was almost touch of death, Ben. That was crazy, and they rip right through it. It's not over yet. Calvish could very easily need to press that ice block button, but he's trying to get aggressive as well. Kidney shot goes out onto Drake. He gets out of it. He's got the Zenith up. He's still lighting up Calvish. He easily could chop down this health bar. Daze caught into a cross CC polymorph to slow him up to prevent the peels out onto Drake, but it looks like they can't get to the momentum. As soon as I say that, Calvish's health bar just disappears here. Cubsy in the back line just pumping the heals to keep him alive. The Dragon's Breath cannot be followed up. Nice cross interrupt from Calvish to keep his healer out of CC, keeping him in the fight, and another go onto Drake. The double leg sweep to slow down the offensive pressure. However, Drake is trying to get back aggressive, and both teams just struggling to get control of the game here. Drake has got to be in trouble. Calvish is easily, that's gonna overlap. A huge blunder for Gators back.
Yeah, maybe opportunities to go after Daze. They're still going to continue to push here onto Calvish, but Life Cocoon and Ice Block overlapped. Not a great sign here, and finally some mistakes are coming in from Gators back defensively. A big leg sweep here on the Cubsy. Calvish might just get deleted through Cauterize, and that is because of that overlap. If he still had Ice Block, I mean, he definitely survives there, and that game could be different. But I love this adaptation from Gators back, bringing in some really uniqueness. Like this Frostfire Fire Mage from Calvish, it isn't going to do as much consistent damage as Nick, but it will be more bursty with those Meteor, Comet Storms, combos for those stun locks. So there was a lot of close calls in Drake this game.
You know, I was just talking about it a little bit earlier, man, where staying calm and collected can really be a game changer. And as someone who often overlaps with my healer, I could say it's like the panic moments where those overlaps tend to happen. You know, I can only assume what was going down in the comms. Everyone's kind of a little scared of the burst that is available of these compositions on either side. But just a small misplay like that, one button misplay could easily be the game. I say small, it's a huge cooldown, but man, it's an easy mistake to make.
Yeah, I mean, he still had the Cauterize too, so I guess he was just really afraid of that huge overlap. But this is where you get caught in a full leg sweep, combust from Nick. I mean, you're not living that. There's just absolutely nothing you're going to be able to do. A clean setup, but welcome to the jungle. I feel like they were on the back foot for most of this game.
Yep.
They just, like you said, they play it calm, cool, collected, under pressure, don't panic. You know, they realize when they're in kind of a check situation and they need to run, make some heads up preemptive plays, making it difficult for Gators back. And I think they navigated those scary situations really well that allowed them to finally find this game-winning situation.
Yeah, wholeheartedly agree. Yeah, another thing to note, moving forward into this series, I don't think Gators back should switch it up. I mean, we saw in the grand finals before they were kind of like trying to figure something out with like the double outlaw rogue and something like that. But this was a really close game number one. I feel like they easily could find a way to make this work. Maybe prevent that overlap, sure, the obvious, but like you were saying in the very beginning of this game, I felt like Welcome to the Jungle was on the back foot for a lot of it.
Yep. Totally agree. So now I kind of wonder, like, honestly, I feel like if I was Gators back, I'd feel still pretty confident in this matchup. I think I like their game plan. We are going to a large map, so Welcome to the Jungle confidently locks in. This is a matchup they have been winning. They won 4-0 in the finals last week against Gators back. I think I like what Gators back is doing. I want them to continue to have confidence in it and see if they can win. I think they can. I like the Frostfire Mage. That also allows Calvish to play Ice Wall, which is really nice. One of the nice perks about Frostfire Fire Mage is that you have a lower cooldown on frost spells in general. So you get a short cooldown on Ice Wall, and that's something you can really utilize to, you know, catch them off guard.
I love that. I also love that we have, you know, such a high-end mage at the desk, because I gotta tell you what, yeah, the mage abilities all kind of like look the same. It's like, yeah, that's beautiful. I'm not really sure what the build is, but there's a lot of stuff happening. So I appreciate that breakdown. Something else I wanted to point out was in Cup number 1, when these two teams clashed in the upper semifinals, Gators back. Every single time that they lost, they brought it to a larger map, and they ended up winning. Maldraxxus Coliseum was one of the two, Enigma Crucible being the other one. So it is really key. Like, I imagine this could easily go the distance. If they lose on their map pick like this, this could be this could change the trajectory of the series completely. This isn't just another one to put on the board. They really need to take advantage of everything at their arsenal to take down a team like Welcome to the Jungle. And Calvish, correct me if I'm wrong, Calvish running Panda, the other mage is not running Panda. Is that correct?
Yeah, so I think Pandaren is actually really nice. First of all, you get to eat some yummy noodles. So you can eat some noodles and it gives you extra versatility. So you can see Calvish is heavily favoring that versatility, so having a little bit more isn't bad. The other nice thing about Pandas is you get the Quaking Palm, so some instant crowd control he can put on either the healer or onto Nick in this matchup. Whoever he wants, he's gonna have a nice little instant crowd control, and it pairs really nicely with Dragon's Breath, where you can just use Quaking Palm into a Dragon's Breath, and it's like a 7-second instant CC chain. Nobody can really do anything about it, so I don't mind Panda as a pick. Nick is, of course, not really being targeted in this match, so playing just like the more standard Night Elf to avoid crowd control with Shadow Meld. I think it's a smart pick.
All right, match that Shadow Meld up with the Mass and Viz, and this guy's super slippery. There's the Frost Firebolt that you were referring to. Anything not standard about the build in front of you right now?
I mean, being Frostfire is just not standard. We haven't seen it one time, so it just he's playing around Meteor. I think, I don't know, what is it called, like isothermic core reaction or something? I don't know, something like that, but it allows you to get a Comet Storm when you Meteor, so it makes it super effective, specifically for the Frostfire Mage, where when you drop a Meteor, you also drop a Comet Storm, and it just is going to allow him consistent burst, even outside of his combust windows. So essentially, it's going to make it so every one of his stuns, he has some damage with that 30-second cooldown Meteor, which I think is smart. You also get 2 barriers, so if he's the main target, I think he's actually going to be a little bit more tanky in this situation. He'll be able to Ice Nova more because it's a Frost spell. We talked about how they get shorter cooldowns on their Ice spells. He'll be able to bring a Frost more. Like, there's lots of utility that he can bring, and I think Frostfire is a lot more defensive in general. Lacks overall damage, but I think it's a really smart pick, and I love the fact that he's willing to change it up. You know what I mean? Because I feel like a lot of people, they kind of just get set in their ways. I like that Calvish is experimenting here.
Yeah, no, absolutely hard agree on that front. You know, seeing that this matchup in particular is constantly evolving is really, really exciting to see, and honestly a good sign for the competition as we move forward here. It looks like Drake is going to be the main kill target yet again. Full kidney shot lands, Zhang Bahai caught into the in cap. Cubsy looking for the follow-up, but he gets stopped with that Dragon's Breath. Nice heads up play. Immediate cocoon onto Drake to respect the combustion from Calvish. Same thing on the side of Nick. Combustion will be popped, and Zhang Bahai used his cocoon as well. Both teams kind of respecting the damage early on.
Yep, a little pressure here on a Nick. They do get Zhang Bahai's Trinket, so his Trinket and Life Cocoon in the opener. Now they just need to get Drake's Trinket, and then they find themselves in a great situation. So full polymorph lands. Drake portals immediately, as fast as possible. He's just out of the fight. That's exactly what you want to see. Dazed Calvish are just going to be going after Nick. I think he's going to be fine. Throws in a big blazing barrier with that overpowered barrier. That is a large shield. Big setup here onto Drake once again as Calvish is getting stunned up, and Zhang Bahai is not even healing. He's just going for pure damage. Look at him, he might proc him. Zhang Bahai is just on a solo mission right now. You'll love to see it.
I do love to see a nice offensive healer, but Drake is not out of the water just yet. A double leg sweep,
nice
no
stun.
Trinket available.
Oh, ring!
Oh, if he gets that ring follow-up, Drake could be in trouble, but he's trying to get aggressive himself as he finally connects back onto this mage. A nice double leg sweep. They swap the damage over onto Daze. He's got to be careful, and that's a Vanish and Cocoon going to be committed out from Gator's back.
Overlap means there's nothing for Calvish. I don't like these overlaps from Gator's back. They're panicking under the pressure just a little bit. Calvish gets interrupted. Big setup here onto Drake once again, but immediate life cocoon, and now Calvish is forced into the ice block. So, I mean, Daze uses the Vanish. They have to use the cocoon as well. Things are unraveling here for the side of Gators back. Welcome to the Jung, just playing this so aggressively and just really well-timed defense. Also, Drake's forced to chase across the map, though, as Nick blinks into the middle of the map, trying to chase and just connect on a target if he can. Looks like the damage will finally start rolling here. This Dazed is still just trying to go after Drake, and they're really picking their moments for Welcome to the...
Can I have 5 minutes? Yeah, I will. Sorry, I need like 2 minutes.
Looks like someone has a bounty on their